Good morning, peeps. Good morning. Jenny Clouston here. Well, from a very quiet garden this very early morning. Oh, look, we have had so much rain that So I have been stitching away. My friend, lovely Jane, made this beautiful book for me. And I'm calling it my nonsense book because it's basically just got my daily stitching, which, I've given it this lovely name. Just let me move my tea out the way. However, I don't know if I shouldn't just call it my nonsense stitching, because basically that's what it is, just nonsense. But I have been busy, so when I was doing my lazy daisies, I did finish the whole nonsense cloth of lazy daisies. I had fun doing that actually in the morning. Once again, I had to stitch indoors because it was raining outside. My favorite place to be is outside, as you know. And so that's my favorite one. I love that one, my little stick people. And so this is just old stuff, as you know, and she made this beautiful book for me. And I have got to do, well, I don't have to do it because nobody has to do anything, but on the other side of this, on this nonsense cloth, I have got a blank space. So today I thought that I would simply work on that. Now let's hope I brought a hoop out, because that's also important to me. And you know that gift that somebody gave me from that beautiful store, Lucello's, in Melbourne. So it's supposed to be a pin cushion, as you can see from the instructions, but a needle case. And it's, as I said, it's very Fleur Woodsy. The embroidery, I don't know what I'll do with the embroidery was, but this is, as I said, I've had this for a good 12 years, which I've never done anything with it. And then I thought to myself, I found some more ticking, and I thought, oh, imagine that being a Christmas stocking of some sort, and maybe I can applique that on and then put this on and do some embroidery. I think that would make a darn fine Christmas stocking for my daughter in Sydney. So there you go. That is what I'm planning to do. Now, on here, what to do. Let's today, I have an urge to do some leaves. So if you go to, for those of you who want to follow along, now these videos, as you know, are for those of you who are new to my channel. I'm not meaning to prompt you, or I'm not teaching you. It's just simply what I do every day for 15 minutes. And you can see in this book there's a whole lot of different leaves, and I am feeling that I might make this one here all about leaves. Still using my oats, so I will still go to my ribbon oats and some, and my thread oats, and I will just simply, this is exactly what I'm feeling to do. So now, as you know, I say as you know a lot, I don't normally draw, but I suppose if you're following me, maybe you would want to see what this is going to look like. And it changes with the weather, so you never know what it's going to turn. Well, I never know how it's going to turn out. I never knew what a gumnut was before I immigrated to Australia, and now I have a slight, there's something living in this one. I have a slight obsession. It's hard to gumnuts. If you don't live here, Google it. They get the most beautiful red or pink or white sort of flowers out of these, and then it turns into this. Love it, love it, love it. I've got my hoop. I am going to use a hoop because I use a hoop. And I have been, wrong way around, Jennifer Clouston this morning. I have been a little bit unhappy with the tablecloth on the other piece of fabric. This looks a little bit better. Should have stabilized it many times. All right, so what stitch are we going to do as my base? The needle I'm going to use is a lovely milliner's needle because it's my favorite. And thread wise, little rainbow lorikeets. Could I have them all brown? I could, couldn't I? Hang on, don't worry, I'll edit you out. I won't have me yapping away. Oh, that's a rusted needle. Better put that in there. Yep, I'm going to start. Right, because I'm using a silk ribbon, I am going to use a chenille number 22 needle, which is a lovely short fat needle with a huge big eye. You have to use a chenille needle with silk ribbon embroidery. And I'm just going to get myself a little bit organized. I'm just going to have a sip of tea quickly. And maybe if I can, I'll just zoom in fractionally. I've got the most beautiful teacup here today. Oh, that tea's cold already. Okay, now, let's go. So I am going to be doing a stem stitch. And I am going to use, silk ribbon to do this. So make it look like a branch. Well, I'm stitching with aught, so. And the reason why I'm scooping this stem is I want it to kind of look, and I'm not doing a proper stem stitch, I'm doing a staggered stem. Because I want it to look exactly how it's looking. So for those of you who are alarmed, don't be. I'm quite happy with that. There you go. As I said, we have had so much rain. I actually don't, I do a proper knot of the 2mm silk ribbon. I don't, so what I might do is I'll just do a few more of these stem stitches and then I'll switch the camera off and just go along, or I'll edit it because butcher birds. Oh, now it makes a mess. I had a feeling when this was in that it wasn't done properly, securely. Let's just fix this quickly. I'm just going to have to take it out the hoop. That's beautiful. I made a video the other day. It was quite a good one. I had videoed, and then I started talking about something that I really felt that I shouldn't. It wasn't political in any way, and I thought about it, and I thought, no, why? There's enough constancy in the world at the moment. We don't need any more. So I didn't didn't share it with you. Yep. Once I press this, you'll see it forms a beautiful kind of, it looks kind of prickly and scallopy. Oh, what's this? Perfect! Don't you just love it when you find the perfect thread in your oat jar? Well, I do. I know, it's the small things. I need to get a life. I really need to get a life. I'm just going to pop this back in here. Wrong way, Jennifer, again. I also was done, we've got a few more weeks till Christmas, and I don't know. I've got a whole lot of wool felt in my sewing room, and I don't know if I shouldn't just do make a tree skirt for the grandies in Bungendore. Do you think I've got enough time? Let's get a bit closer, I say. I'm now doing a Portuguese knotted stem stitch. I have done a video of this somewhere, and I'm sure there's many people who do videos of teaching videos, so you'll be able to find it somewhere on the net. And there are instructions in my book. The most important thing to worry about when you're doing Portuguese knotted stem stitch is actually your tension. So the thread always drops down towards you. When you make your stem stitch, your tension is left first, and then when you go under where the threads overlap, you go right. Then this thread drops down again. Then you make your another stem stitch and your tension is left, and then where they overlap, back of your needle, 1, 2, tension left, gently roll it over once to the right again, and then I've got one more because I'm running out of thread here, which I don't normally use the end of a thread. Tension left, right, and then just extend it over there. All right, there's my branches for my leaves. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, I wonder if I should go and press this quickly and make it look nice and decent, because you must probably wondering why that stitch looks so funny. Let's get rid of that horrible blue pen. There you go. All right, that should settle it a little bit. As I said, once you press it, the ribbon kind of opens up and it looks really good. Just gives you another dimension. Okay, now I think what I'll do is right here at the bottom, I'll do a nice kind of leaf like this. I'll do a, let me find it in the book. So if you need to do it, you can follow me. Where are the leaves? I'm going to do this kind of leaf, A. Okay, and what does it say in A? A is a fishbone staggered, page 77. So, fishbone staggered. There she is. Pretty simple. So I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to throw all the stitches in, okay? Right. So, let's just get some green thread on my needle first. I'm hoping there's some wool in there or something that I can use in my oat jar. I don't feel like going inside. Okay. Now at this stage, for this one, you can either do a stem stitch or you can do a back stitch. You can do whatever you like, whatever you fancy to do. But for this one, I'm just going to do a stem stitch, and for some unknown reason this is hooking all the way around, so this is where this leaf wants to go, so that's actually where I'm heading. I'm just letting her tell me where she wants to go. Okay. Oh, genade, it's really hooked around. Okay, that's what she wants to do. That's what she's going to have. I'm going to let her tell me what she wants. Come on, twist, twist, twist. Okay. All right. Give me a bit of a hassle, little leaf. Right now, let's see what I can find in my little bag of tricks here. The inevitable, purple comes up. Look at that. Always. What else is in here? Oh, there's a big one. I might leave that green. Okay, so we don't have to have green leaves, but that's just basically what's come out right now. So whatever's going to work, because I'm working with aught, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's go with this one first. I have a funny feeling that this needle that I'm using is a 20 and not a 22. In fact, it is. So let me just get a proper one from here. Yep, that's better. That's a 22. All right. Now, what I actually should have done is I should have shown you a fishbone stitch properly the first time around, but I'm not going to. So remember that fishbone had sort of, it was staggered. So it wasn't just a, so I'm letting my ribbon twist. I'm not getting my knickers in a knot about it. She can do her thing and I'll do mine. Horrible fabric to work with, by the way. I'm just going to put another one in here. And these, I make them look very random. I just, there you go. Sometimes I cross over my stem. Sometimes I don't. She wasn't right, was she? I'll have to add something into her. You see, I don't necessarily like that gap there, but not to worry. Don't get your knickers in a twist. I'm going to sort that out right now. Well, from the behind, it looks wonderful. Not the sharpest scissors in the shed, as they say. All right. I'm going to go to this one now. Different color. Doesn't matter. Matter. Speak properly, Jennifer. Matter. So you know that funny little one that I didn't like, there was a bit of a gap. I can just come in there, simply do another one. There you go. And actually that's worked really well because I'm using 2 threads. So it's a good segue if you're ever having to use threads, is to introduce a new thread if you've run out like I have. Is just come back and just don't have a block new start there. Come back and do a few stitches in that other color so that they blend. But you don't need me to tell you that, surely. And before you know it, and just like that, the leaf is done. I've still got some thread left over here, so what I might do is, should I go here or should I go slightly higher? I'm going to go slightly higher. I don't have a lot of thread ribbon left, but it should be enough just to make it that, give myself an untidy little tip. And there you have it. I like it. What about you? So that was a staggered fishbone stitch in this book where the leaves are. Don't know where they are. Let's go back. So I did this over here, staggered fishbone. Okay, so there you go. Now what else should I do? You know what I might do quickly is seeing that I'll have to fix that tip up. Let's do another leaf. Seeing that I've got this thread out, I'll just sort of use it. Oh, there's still a thread hanging down from underneath here. I want to go this side, but this leaf is telling me to do something else, so I'm going to just do it. Okay, it's going over the stem. That's fine by me. Hope I've been in frame this video. And yesterday when I was saying, I was talking about something that I didn't think that I should have spoken about. Sorry, my tension's not great. Just let me fix it up here for you. This horrible fabric I'm working on. I was in frame the whole video. So impressive. And then I decided not to share it. Okay, so she's now gone right bombing along there. All right, now I've got to find another thread. Sorry, I'll be with you in a minute. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. So I've got a whole lot, once again, of 2mm silk ribbon, okay? Different colors, doesn't really matter. That I don't know if it's going in. However, we won't pass judgment on her yet. We'll just let her be for a while and then we'll decide what's going to happen. All right, now what's going to happen is I'm going to do, let's try and find that one. I'm going to do the E one, whereas it just goes all the way. Well, I don't know whether what's going to happen, but I'm going to try and do that one because it's just a fishbone stitch again. So I have a funny feeling it's not going to do what I want it to do. It's just going to do some of what it wants to do. All right, so what thread have I got here? I've got this one. I'll start with this one, I reckon. Oh, it feels as though it's going to rain again. One more leaf, I say. Okay. So I'm just going to pretend that that branch is not there. It doesn't exist in order for me to do this leaf. This time I think what I'll do is I'll just do the whole thing a fishbone. Oh, my ribbon's blowing away. I was holding on to you to do a stitch, lovey. So you might not have seen that. It doesn't really matter. These are just straight stitches. I'm just blocking them in, putting them in. Now I'm going to change color, and I'm not sure about this. So as I'm turning a corner, you have to adjust your stitches, but don't let that worry you. It all comes out in the wash. It's just so unfortunate for this little leaf that the turn happened with the change of color as well. Let me just come here and just do one more. Okay, so thank goodness I've got some of that other color. I just want to show you something. So this leaf, I'm following her direction, not my brains. I'll just go back to this color. So I've just got to come in here and I've got to make this a little bit bigger before I move on. There you go. Just one little stitch makes all the difference. Just to save ribbon, I'm going to come out from here first and then go back in, because you know me, I like to go from there into my stem, not the reverse. Come on, let's have some, let's last. Hope this thread lasts. And then before you know it, you've got a nice, strange looking leaf, which I'll show you how to do neater ones. Well, I'm not going to show you. They're going to be part of this journey. However, come on, one more. I'm just going to come from there to save some ribbon. I'll have to put something in there, won't I? Yes, I will. And then I'm just going to use a thread to end this off. Anyway, getting back to the Christmas stocking, the one thing though, I think I've got enough time, and I've got a few weeks that I don't have to pack up my sewing studio. Oh, it's not a studio, Jennifer. That sounds so glamorous and whatever. It's just a room. And I really like to work in a huge big mess. So by me having to tidy up everything, and I have found that since I started teaching at home, I don't think I do as much stitching sort of creatively as I did when I could just leave my work out. Yeah, it's just so I don't know. That's just the feeling. I definitely, because I like, as I said, to work in a massive big mess and then having to tidy it up all the time, because that's where I teach as well. So I can't let the people come. I've got to clear both my tables. There's some bickering going on here with two birds. Different color. Let's hope this works, people, because otherwise I'm going to be a bit unhappy. Yeah, it doesn't work, does it? What happens if I just take more of this color down and dilute it a little bit? Why is it catching on my ring? Give this a longer top here. have one down here. Wasting ribbon, doesn't really matter. It's an ought anyway. Take that down there. Wonder why this ribbon's tugging on this thread here. Oh, there's another little bit of ribbon still left in there, Jennifer. There you go. So now this leaf is a little bit overworked, but I think it looks good with all the different colors. Thoughts? Let's put one more here. And then, now, what I always say about silk ribbon is you are always going to, for me, I get instant gratification with silk ribbon. I mean, that for me is, I love that. It's nice and big and unfortunate and gorgeous. One thing about silk ribbon is you get instant gratification with silk ribbon. I get what I want immediately, even if it's a little bit too bouffant like this little one. Silk ribbon is just my favorite medium to work with. And if I was designing this if it was a project for me, I would actually come out here and I would do something else there. But that's for another time. So this one is, I'm just going to do a whole section of leaves because that's just sort of how I'm feeling. And with that, lovely ladies, or people, I shouldn't say, just assume you're all ladies, or female for that one. I definitely don't think you're all ladies, but you might be, anyway. Ooh, I'm getting all politically and all right, let me start this again. I'm going to love and leave you all for now with my little leaves and my gum nut. Thank you for your time. And as I said, I'm not pushing my book, but if you're wanting to do some leaves with me, I'm going to follow this book here with all the different leaves, because leaves can cause people's consternation. It can cause people a little bit of stress and angst, but it doesn't have to. They're pretty easy to do if you just kind of relax and enjoy the process. All right, enough gabbing on by me. I'm going to love and leave you. Bye for now.